I love my work.
No, you don't! My God, how could you?
Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. It's an interesting world we live in. 4 years ago, there was a new president coming in. And much like the days we are in now, new face coming into the old seat. 4 years ago, the incoming president called for unity. And what happened? Riots happened, smashed glass happened, broken buildings and so on and so forth. Catastrophe, chaos, mayhem, shrieking to the skies, wailing, despair on display. At least it was displayed. Was it sincere? I presume so in most cases. Some cases, pussy hats were worn and people signed up for... It's hard to even say with a straight face. People signed up for Dumbledore's army. You people are out of your goddamn mind. And they didn't stop. They persisted with their ridiculous behavior and their moronic claims. Look, disagree with a political character, by all means. Let's disagree with all of them. They need disagreement, okay? But the elevation of bullshit was just insane. And, of course, in 2020, it was way off the charts. Riots, fires, plundering, rioting, looting.
What a pisser.
Insane. Now, is that what those people needed for 4 years, to blow off steam so they could be normal over the course of the next 4 years? Or, next couple of days? Will it just come back to normal? Will the depressurization commence? It's funny, 4 years ago, incoming president called for unity. Didn't get it, was met with the Rebel Alliance. It's always so fun when you can cast your opposition as the Galactic Empire.
You serious?
Evil. Yeah, the stuff I support? I support the good things, and I don't support the bad things. In fact, I oppose the bad things. Instantly, I'm a hero. Kind of self-serving, isn't it? Well, that's what went on. Now, new incoming president calls for unity. And then there's a lot of other people that are calling for unity, and not with smiles. It's an interesting choice of words, unity. This time, it's very interesting. Because with the tone of voice and the stern look in their eyes and what appears to be smacking bats in their hands and clinking bottles with their fingers,
Come out to play.
I can't think of that guy and not think of Twin Peaks. I keep thinking of him with the sandwich and his brother. Regardless, that's not calling for unity. That's calling people out in the open. They don't say peace. This is the crowd. This is the side of the political fence that's very big on peace, love, and harmony. Where's the peace? Where's the love? And where's the harmony? You guys got coexist bumper stickers. It's great you got your coexist bumper stickers on the back of your cars. I don't see a lot of intention of coexistence. Why? Could it be you don't want to? It's very hard to take seriously. Again, maybe they just need to blow off a lot of goddamn steam. Maybe that's it, and this is all going to be no big deal. I hope so. I mean, there's people that I know, whether they're people I used to work with, people I used to live around, old neighbors, people I went to school with, people I used to, members of the family who are very serious about who they opposed, and anyone who supported that who they opposed. They're very serious, and they have a very particular opinion about who such people might be.
Triple Yahtzee, Challenge Yahtzee, and Word Yahtzee.
4 years ago, they kind of played their hand. There was the kind of folks that said it was okay. It's okay. It should be okay to punch Nazis. In fact, it is. It's okay to punch Nazis. Okay, considering the wealth of them that are around these days, meaning there's none, statistically, you go and find one, okay? Why don't you find one? I don't think you're going to be able to find one outside of an Indiana Jones movie. And I don't think you could find one. You wouldn't know, people that I'm thinking of, you people wouldn't know a Nazi if one jumped up and licked you on the ass. Call it intuition, but I think your judgment and your intelligence in that regard is close to 3 on the Dungeons and Dragons ability score scale. Look, what if you got it wrong? Are they starting fires on somebody's house? Are they putting bricks through people's windows? Are they making threats? The behavior of someone you ought to watch out for, and it doesn't always need to be a Nazi. Anyway, if they're doing that, is that okay? Should you not just call the police, protect your folks, and that sort of thing? I love the idea of being Sonny Corleone and beating the shit out of that guy in the gutter. But that's something that you watch, that scene in The Godfather, to let off some steam, because it's not reasonable or practical to do that. You're asking for an arrest, a criminal record, a night in the clink, a fine, reprisal. See, if you want to wantonly, look, the idea that somebody down the block is Nazi, or whatever you want to call them, white supremacist, fascist, so on and so forth, whatever it is that you vehemently oppose, because you're a righteous, good hero when they are villainous, evil scum. Okay, let's say you got somebody like that, but they're not throwing rocks through anybody's windows. They're not threatening anybody or what have you. I like the idea of letting them be. Every now and then somebody turns over a new leaf. Somebody changes their outlook on life, especially if they're not being threatened, right? Hey, there's a guy I saw on Joe Rogan's show. Oh, a wonderful story. This guy's a blues musician. And find this guy. He is in, I don't know how many years, 20, 30, maybe 40 years. He's talked to people here and there throughout his life that have been members of the KKK. And it's not so much that he talked them out of it. It's not so much that he reasoned with them and had them turn over their gear, their robes and everything like that. But it happened. He interacted with these people. And they changed their lives, at least in regard to being members and how they believed about black people and minorities, or whoever they also espouse to hate or oppose or worry about or have, political concerns against. They changed. Second chances. I'm a huge fan of Cobra Kai, and if anything has taught me about Cobra Kai, what it's about is second chances. That's what we need. I don't get the impression that those people who are calling for unity, I don't get the impression they're asking to give their opposition a second chance. I get the impression they want to make an example out of them. Not necessarily, drag them through the streets or anything, but I think I'm not wrong. Look, my guy who I voted for, the guys who I vote for typically don't make it across the finish line. My ex asked me earlier this year, I knew this was going into politics. Well, what do you do if Biden wins? Because I didn't support the guy. I said, well, what do you mean? She says, well, I know, but people have asked. I said, that's not a relevant question. It's never been a relevant question. I vote for a lot of candidates who don't make it. I'm used to it. I don't do anything. That's not the important question here. You go and ask the people who have been asking you directly and indirectly. What'll they do if a candidate they opposed got in? What will they do? Then there's the other question. Maybe you don't ask the question, but keep it in the back of your mind and watch these people. Maybe you ask them, what are you going to do if your guy does get in? That's what I wondered. That was what I wondered. I keep thinking, look, I've been slandered and maligned and misrepresented at the very least, and defamed, so on and so forth. And I want revenge. I want revenge. But what's that going to get me? Other than short-lived, potentially short-lived, if any, joy. And that's not even quite joy. Satisfaction. Short-lived satisfaction. And potentially no satisfaction. And potentially reprisals. And ongoing strife. And battle. I don't want that. I'm trying to figure out what can be done. And I think it involves a lot of talking. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I think enlisting the help of other people to talk to these very aggressively unhappy people. Because it can't be, you're wrong, God damn it. Get your shit together and start making apologies. It can't be like that. It's got to be a welcoming. I'm not a peacenik. I am not a pacifist. Please. But it has to be done earnestly, sincerely, and gently. Friends, family members.
Where was I? I think you finished.
We'll see where the future takes us. We don't have a DeLorean, and we don't have plutonium or a 1.21 gigawatts. But we'll find out what happens soon. The future, almost certainly, will be decent. We're a part of that, making it decent. Enough of this. I'll go back to talking about Cobra Kai and pop culture. That's where the fun is. Thank you very much for stopping by. You folks take care.